Pispit, we're back.
We're
Woo.
back. Hello.
This is episode 3 of the new year, I believe.
Is it really?
I think it's episode 3 of the new year.
No,
maybe it's 2. Maybe
Go
it's 2.
fact check us on that
It's
one.
2.
Oh yeah, because season 2, episode 1 was just the very end of 2023.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. We almost didn't make it this episode
We almost
because
didn't.
Yeah, we've all been in severe depressive episodes.
exactly we
It's
almost
bad.
canceled it because we've been it's been rough. It's been a long week.
It's been a long
But
week.
we're enduring it. We're going through with it. We're bringing you Pispit every week.
Yes.
We're staying strong.
52 at least.
Hey,
even if it's coming a
this-
little late.
This only happened because I started bothering everybody.
That is true.
I got
My
a sudden
whole-
burst of energy, and I was like, we need to do something, guys.
My
I'm gonna
whole plan was
lose
just
it.
I was gonna exist on my phone and then go to bed.
I've driven like 110 miles today.
Have you?
I needed to stop somewhere and stay somewhere.
Fair
Well,
enough, dude.
We got a guest star. We've had him once before, but not since
On our statistically worst episode.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
this episode's gonna
Yeah,
flop.
our worst episode ever is the one that you're on. It is
I'm,
the least popular.
I'm 0% from the free throw.
Yeah,
It's-
so it's,
Zero.
If you can't tell from the
2.
voice, it's Alex.
Coming in at
It's
6'4", 185 pounds.
Cock like a horse.
guys, please.
We're hyping you up.
That's all a lie. I'm 5'11". I'm 2 inches on a good day.
Okay.
And today is not a good day.
Today is a really bad day, guys.
Oh, tell us about it.
So we've part of our depressive states have probably been because we've been spending a lot of time at Briar's house, and not specifically because of Briar, but it's just been bender after bender after bender every
has
single
been.
day. It's been a little rough, but it's been fun. But because of that, I have a lot of people who have said they'd like to guest star in the future.
We have a lot of
Yeah.
future guests.
We have a lot of future guest stars, so stay tuned for that.
Where Charlie
new
sees
people.
where we see friends, Charlie sees future guests and profit.
Business opportunities.
Business opportunities, exactly.
Oh my goodness.
First thing you see when you see Charlie, want to be on the podcast?
Seriously,
That's
I've
the
been
first-
asking,
yeah.
I've been
Yeah.
asking everyone, how do you feel? You want to guest star next
Want to
week?
guest star next week? We've had a
Yeah.
couple people that have said no, and we respect those decisions.
For
In front of
sure.
them, fuck them. All right, I hate those people with my life.
Yeah, who wouldn't want to be on
Amen.
Pispit? You know,
I could name a couple hundred people off the top of my head.
Let's name drop a few.
Name drop, come on.
Barack Obama.
I think he'd come around.
I think he would,
eventually,
actually.
We could
he
figure it
is
out.
in the Hangout group chat.
He is.
Ooh,
He-
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
He's potentially seen.
That's true.
No,
four
I'm
underage
pretty sure it
penises.
says like pending or whatever.
Oh,
Like it used to.
I will
used to
say,
be. Yeah.
Bill Gates will never come on this podcast.
Yeah, true.
I once
True.
challenged him to a duel.
Did you like?
You know,
win or something?
In
he
person?
he never texted me back.
Can we
Oh.
see these texts?
He's probably
Yeah.
scared.
I want to
Yeah,
know
I'll find it.
exactly
Hold
what
on.
you said to this man.
You know, Trevor was almost not a part of this podcast episode for the main reason we started this podcast. He
Yeah.
almost canceled on us.
Yeah.
I've never
I challenge you to a duel.
I've never explained the Pispit acronym, but it is an acronym. That's beautiful.
I know,
And
I know.
Trevor
That's
almost
absolutely amazing.
failed our acronym,
I know. Yeah, that's my bad.
but he made it. He made it. He made
I
it.
made
out.
it work. I
Yeah.
made it work.
So
I'm just
we're
gonna cry myself to sleep.
real. That's so real.
Didn't realize I had a fist bump right there.
I need you guys to start talking about something so I can think about what I'm gonna do for WOTW because
Oh.
I actually don't
I
have a story
am-
in mind.
I have a woman of the week.
Oh shit!
Oh!
Oh
Yeah.
shit! We're
Oh no, this isn't a good thing.
we're doing our favorite weekly segment, Woman of the Week,
Woman of the week,
but
except
featuring Solomon.
featuring Solomon, his one story that he gets every year, and it's just so happened to actually stretch over the last 2 weeks.
All right.
Oh,
involving
shit.
two
Give
different
us
women.
the.
Nope, wrong one. There we go.
I kind of
Yeah.
like the fucking.
Woman of the Week, but it's Solomon.
Yeah. Woman number 1 was somebody that I had a fling with a long time ago, and on New Year's Eve I texted her. Do you know what? Yeah, she responded with, "Who is this?"
Oh. Maybe she didn't have your number.
Oh yeah.
No.
You know what sucks?
What's your problem?
I was looking for sad trombone, but I don't have it on.
Hey,
me.
I had all the conversations saved. She obviously did not.
She
So that's
did
cool.
not.
Whatever.
Did you message
second-
Instagram or?
No, just straight up text.
Text.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, that one hurts.
That hurts a little bit.
Another one bites the dust. It's all right. I'm gonna
Yeah,
grab your
and
knee now.
Ow!
What do you mean? You didn't tell me why I didn't. It's
I
hurt.
told you, yeah.
No, you didn't. You said don't touch my knee, and I thought it was just you being like, I don't want my knee touched, so I was
No.
gonna touch it regardless. I didn't
Turn
know
your flashlight on and look at my knee.
Oh. Start with that.
I did, and you didn't listen at all.
I did not.
Anyways, my actual woman of the week for this week involves a woman that I met, a fucking goth mommy, if I may. That I met her down in Oregon, last April, I think it was.
Guys, we need
It was
to take a
either
trip to
April or
Oregon.
March. I went down there, and I was at Fred Meyer, and I was grabbing a Lego set for my brother, and she was working at said Fred Meyer, and it
So was she a Fred Meyer 10?
She was a Fred Meyer. She was.
We have heard part of
Trevor.
the story in a previous episode.
Trevor,
Yeah.
coming from a guy that works there,
But if
Fred
there's-
Meyer
there's
10
more?
is like a regular 5.
All right. No, she was like a Fred Meyer 35.
There we go.
Okay.
And,
That's at least an 8.
No, you,
No,
you
yeah.
don't understand.
I don't.
Okay, whatever. Alex understands.
I understand.
I don't
understands
work in
big
that business.
When a regular looking person works there.
We had a thing where we were kind of talking for a little bit. Obviously, like we couldn't do anything. She lived in Oregon. I live in Washington. That's like at least a 3-hour drive from where she's at. From where
You just
to
gotta
where
figure
she's-
out teleportation.
This is how stupid I am.
Oh.
On Thursday, I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna get off work early on Friday. I think I'll drive down.
Drive down and
I'll
see you?
drive down.
All right.
Biggest mistake of my life.
Oh no.
Not even the biggest mistake of my life. But no, like everything was cool. Like I still had plans to go down there, and on Friday morning, right before her shift, she's like, "Yeah, this isn't gonna work." I'm like, "What do you mean?" And she's like, "It's not gonna work. You fucking suck." And I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Man.
Wow. That's wow. Yeah.
Yeah, it sucked.
Yeah.
Fuck you, goth mommy.
And I have spent the last like 3 days just being severely depressed about that, because I would not
sorry.
have been upset if she had just from the beginning said no.
Right. Like have the
But
decency to
the
be
fact
like,
that
no.
she goes yes, and I'm like, "Oh, let's fucking
Let's
go.
go.
And then I get hit with a no, you fucking suck. I'm like, "Oh,
Did she actually
Okay.
say you fucking
yes,
suck?
you
That's
fucking suck." And I'm like,
crazy.
"Oh, why?" And
She's
then
a piece of shit.
and then just never got anything back. Just complete block.
Wow.
I was like, "Hey, why?" And then the little text bubble goes up and it goes green. And I'm
Green.
like,
No,
It's
no.
like that Instagram post of the guy who asked that chick if he if she wants to go to an Eminem concert with him. He's like,
That's
"It's
the best
actually-
part.
Yes.
It's actually in Fortnite. It's free.
All you have to do is make an account. We'll make one.
We'll make one for you."
Hello.
Green.
Green.
No, that's basically how it went. I didn't have any plans. I was like, I'll treat you well for a
Right.
weekend, and then I'm gonna go back up, and we can both pretend that we don't exist. That is
Just
totally
a
fine with me.
weekend of fun and Bible study.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say cheese.
Cheese.
Yep.
Tillamook.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I do have a very brief WOTW. I'll take
WOTW.
over my segment again. Very, 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 very brief. So,
Fuck you, Alex.
I was just scrolling Instagram earlier this week, and you know where it'll be like the suggested for you, like people to
Suggested for you.
follow.
Yeah.
I got to that part, and I saw this profile where the profile picture of the girl. She was fairly cute. I clicked on her profile, and it was public, and you do your little Instagram stalking, and
Allegedly.
I shot a follow, and she followed me back.
She shot her right back.
Oh.
Right back.
She's like,
So I started DMing her, and we were talking for a few days, and I mean we were vibing. It was going pretty well. I was like, yeah, we should hang out sometime. Do the deed.
Which is Bible study.
Bible study.
Mm-hmm.
Praise God.
So I was at work one day, and we were texting, and I was like, "How do you feel about horror movies?" And she's like, "Oh, I fucking love horror movies." I'm like,
basic.
It is basic,
It's
but that's
so
how
basic, but
that's a good way to
it's
get
a
in.
good way.
It's a good way to get in.
You seen the new Quentin
And
Tarantino
I was like,
movie?
You ever watched ISIS beheading
I was
videos
like-
online?
Asteroid
I
City?
really want to go see Night Swim in theaters right now. It looks pretty. It doesn't look good, but it's a new horror movie. And she's like, "Oh, I want to see that so bad." I was like, "Bet you free Saturday." Never responded.
No.
Oh,
Never responded.
Still?
Still.
Wow.
Still. That was on Wednesday.
Oh my
Hit her,
It is
god.
Sunday
hit her with,
now.
Hit her with the "It's Sunday" with an exclamation.
You ready to go?
Big smiley. We need We need one of Alex's emojis. You can just send
Yeah,
that to
yeah.
Do you want? I can pull them up. Describe what you need, and I got it.
Alex has the most extensive collection.
I found
No,
some more.
I don't have a bunch of conversations with Alex on Snapchat or anything, but
They're all with that.
when I do, he only responds with those.
That's your
Yeah.
best one so far.
Yeah. The only time I'm gonna be honest, the only time that me and Alex talk on Snapchat is that one time that I was texting you like 2 weeks ago while I was very drunk, just completely wasted.
Yeah.
And I also did that to Colton as well.
Yeah. Look, did we both check up on you?
Sort of. He
Okay.
like checked up on me, and then I left him on red. And then the next morning, I started drinking again, and then I texted him
Jesus
back, and I was
Christ.
like, "I'm really drunk."
Because you were not good.
No,
Was
I
that was
not.
that when the not the championship but the semifinals? Was it those 2 days?
It was those two.
It was those,
It was
yeah.
New Year's. It was New Year's
Yeah.
Eve,
New Year's Day. Yeah.
I got a
But
picture of you puking if you want it.
All of my, I put on a jacket this morning.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was clean. There was puke all over it from Friday night.
Yes. So speaking of puke, there is a frozen disc of puke outside the Briar's garage.
It's
And
just spaghetti.
We're gonna. I was about to say a name. I'm glad I stopped myself.
Stopped yourself.
Stopped
Good point.
myself. One of the guys that are there wants to chip it off the ground and use it as a disc and go disc golfing.
Now hold on a second. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
No, he's cooking with that, isn't
Yeah.
he?
No, but who is he skinny and a psychopath?
Does he look like Sherlock Holmes?
He's
The
one
rats?
he's one of the people that is living in the house.
Oh,
That isn't Briar.
would not have get. Okay, well,
Is he the person who takes care of me when I get really drunk?
Yeah,
Or
I
the-
think so.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay, I know exactly.
Yeah.
who this
Not the
is.
bald
I'm not,
one.
I'm not
I
even
love-
gonna do.
Oh, not
I'm
the bald one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not
Wait,
gonna do
he
initials
does?
or anything. Yeah,
that's the
I-
last person I would have guessed.
I love that man so much.
He's a great
That
guy.
sounds-
I
you know,
love that
he's
guy.
actually amazing. The
Me-
last couple times
me-
I've gotten really drunk, he's just taking care of me the whole time.
me, him, Trevor, and the bald one were playing.
The monk.
The monk, yes, the
we were
monk.
playing a game on his PC called Trombone Champ.
Dude,
That was a
so much
crazy
fun.
game. Holy shit! There's so much lore to that game that you missed. You get P and toots for that's the currency in the game, and you use it to get more cards like Mozart cards and whatnot. It's this whole thing. It's this whole thing.
wouldn't
It's
get it.
crazy.
Wait, had to be
Yeah.
there. had to get it, man. Yeah,
You
I
okay,
understand
Trevor?
it. My
Yeah,
autism
you're-
speaking.
yeah, for real. That's
Yes,
crazy.
Ignore me. Let
Because
me
you guys can't see him, he's taking 2 AA batteries. He has one in each hand, and he's just going around
just
in
spinning them.
circles, just spinning them.
go. They're not touching though.
Have you ever taken
I've
a
heard 'em
AA
click a
battery
couple
and
times.
taken
I've
like
just
a foil gum wrapper and put it on either side of the battery? It starts heating up like crazy. It gets extremely hot
That just sounds like a
to the point that you can
health
burn your
hazard.
hands and then it'll explode if you let it go for long enough.
I have not done that before.
It's pretty fun.
I know what I'm doing tomorrow.
Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah, just connect 2 pieces of foil to either end. Well, 1 piece to either end. And
I
yeah.
would like to talk about something real quick. Now, Alex over there loves to just randomly send me a TikTok every once in a while.
It's a normal thing to do. I don't know why you're making it seem weird.
Really weird thing that he does. And there's this one video.
Oh.
It's the Jizzium.
Oh yeah.
Jizzes.
He's a follower of Jislam. Yeah.
Jislam.
Oh god.
Wait, who did I force? Who's that person? I
Oh
forced.
yeah, we
Mel-
have a live studio audience.
Oh my God,
It was
yeah.
Nikki, yeah.
Yeah, live studio audience again. Cheer, live studio audience.
Remember when I forced you to watch that video? Where it was like of the Jislam and it was like a.
Please talk into the
3-minute
mic.
video. I'm not talking to these guys.
I know, but
Shut up.
you're
They can hear me.
no.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Have you seen the Jizzium? I'll pull it
Trevor,
up.
why
I'll pull it
would
up.
you leave me on red on TikTok? Also, why are all of the videos that I've sent you taken down?
Have they been?
Yeah, and a lot of them are just like monkeys taking showers.
I did notice
Stuff
that.
like
That's how you started it out with. It started out with a whole bunch of monkeys,
I know.
and then you just kind of went on from there.
Yeah.
Let's
Are
see
you
what
gonna
this
play
is.
the Jislam guy in the mic?
No, I'm not gonna play him in the mic. No.
He talks for so long.
Yeah,
about
Is this a new
Jislam.
one?
Yeah,
He posts a lot, dude.
can hear it in the mic very clearly.
Anyways,
You gotta describe how he looks, because that's like half of it.
okay.
that
I'm
Patrick?
gonna mute it real quick. Okay, there we go. Or pause it. That's what you do. All right. It's kind of what he looks like.
Oh wow,
Shine it over
what
here.
a
Kind
beautiful
of looks
man.
like Patrick.
He
if
has
was in
he
a
has
gang.
2 phones.
He looks like Patrick if he was in MS-13.
Oh my god, that's a.
The 2 phones thing was what surprised me the most.
I was
Is it
there.
like he does
I was
separate
there.
angles on his TikToks.
No. So he gets a call halfway through his jizz or like whatever. Like he just because obviously you're recording with your phone, right?
No
It's
way.
TikTok. And he goes over and he grabs another phone and he just kind of starts texting. And Alex was so bewildered by the phone.
Well, because he's using a burner to record his TikToks and like spread Jizlam, and he's just like texting in the middle of recording. He couldn't even do a retake. Like he couldn't pause it.
Incredible. I'm gonna need you to send these to me.
It's
Do
like
you want Jizlam?
I
I
do
can.
want Jizzle.
I'll do that right now, man.
Like old TikTok when it first came out, like when people would do like videos where they're like talking about like POV, you're texting, whatever,
Yeah.
whatever. They just use their phone case, but this guy actually has a second phone.
This guy actually has,
That's
He was
crazy.
fully texting.
no. It wasn't even part of the bit.
He was like,
It was just-
he
he was just
distracted
texting.
himself.
That's
it was crazy.
That's what.
Oh my God.
Listen, I don't like TikTok.
How many views does this guy get?
None.
None.
Okay, good.
It's a
'Cause
tiny
he's not doing
subset.
shit.
I don't like TikTok personally. Like I don't go on it. I only have
Either.
it because Alex sends me some fucking bangers. Okay, Alex
Yeah.
sends me some good, like the one video of the 10-minute video, not of the guy crying,
It said no likes when I found it.
but the 10-minute video of the guy who's like mumbling and then falls asleep. And then like the video just goes on. He's just asleep. He's snoring.
That video had like under 1,000 likes, and he's just like he's talking.
Dude,
but,
it
like,
had like 4 likes.
Yeah, but like the music is blasting, so you can't even like hear him like quietly talk. He's just sitting on his bed, like laying all nonchalant, and then like finally the music cuts out, so he's just talking a little bit, and then he just like starts to doze off, and then like the last 6 minutes of the video is him just sleeping.
The best part is that me and
That's
Alex
me.
didn't know. We saw the video and we saw that part like that's funny, and then we went back and I was watching it.
Didn't I comment on it? Hold on, I might be able to
You
find it.
oh my god, you did comment on it. No, you commented on it because you said like wakey wakey or
No,
something.
I said sleep tight, my prince.
Yeah,
or something
sleep tight,
like
my prince.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
Oh no, I said sleepy head.
You found it. You found it.
Sleepyhead.
Oh my god.
What is happening right
Hold
now?
on, so-
I'll
me.
skip through because it's so long. But he's just going, and then like I don't have much service here.
TikToks are crazy. Here, I'll share my Wi-Fi with you real
Wait,
quick.
okay,
But,
wait, no, he's-
I'm gonna tell a story while we're doing that
It's okay.
real quick.
Nikki, you're gonna watch. You're gonna watch this
so-
afterwards.
So I got a pretty crazy.
This is the
story.
video
It's,
I wanted to show
it's,
you.
This guy right. Oh, I clicked the wrong one. Right there, and I should be able to share the password with you in like 3, 2, 1. Cool. Okay, so crazy story.
Chuck Raw.
This happened yesterday at Briar's house. You don't even know this, Solomon. So we created this. I shared it to you. What the hell?
You shared it to me.
Oh my god.
I stole it.
Do it again. Click out and do it again. Okay.
Yes,
Here,
Which one?
just take my phone. It's my mom's name.
I don't know your mom.
It's the M. It starts with the M. It's
Gotcha.
look at it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So yesterday,
My autism's really
Um,
peaking. I'm so sorry.
you know how you and a separate group of the people that were there went to the mall?
Yes.
So we created this joke while you guys were at the mall that we called the division.
Oh.
So the division consists of the 2 groups that were separated at the
Yeah.
house. Completely a joke, by the way. I just want to make that
Okay.
clear. It's
That's why we're
completely a joke.
explaining
That's
it
why
to
we're
you.
explaining
Yeah.
it to you and why we're not hiding it from you. So we're like, the division in the house has started. There's 2 groups. There's group A and group B. And this whole thing, we're like, when they show up, we need to like set the couches up to look like trenches. You get this half of the house, we get this half of the house, type shit. But like we were cracking jokes about it all the time. And Briar, he called us while we were there, and he's like, "Hey, my mom just needs to stop by and pick some things up out of my room. So I'm just letting you know in advance, so she doesn't surprise you guys." We're like, "Cool, whatever." So like, Briar's mom is super chill about everything.
Yeah.
But just because we wanted to be decent and everything, we hit all the allegedly we hit all the bongs
Allegedly.
that were there and like
the vases that we
the
have.
vases and whatnot. And I just randomly say like 5 minutes before she shows up, I'm like, Well, no, it was Trevor who said it. He was like,
I thought it was
"Let-
me,
it
but
was
I was
you.
gonna let
Yeah,
you have the
you're like, let's put one of those vases on Briar's desk. Just leave it out on Briar's desk for his mom to show up.
It was so out of pocket.
It was-
I feel so bad.
Obviously, we didn't. But then
Oh, okay.
No.
Later-
We didn't.
That would have been really fun. I would have done it.
later in the night, when you guys were all inside and then we were outside in the shop, we started talking about it again. The division. We're like, which war would this? We had it as the Civil War at first, but then we were like, you know what? This is the Cold War. We're like, are we Russia or are we America? And we just started talking. What did we end up with?
We ended up with America.
Okay, our group was America and your group was Russia.
Because Sean refused to beat Russia.
Yeah,
I call Cuba.
we were Russia, and then Sean was like, no, we're America. And I was like, okay, cool, whatever. It's fine, Trevor, it's fine. But then we were like,
realize what happened.
yeah. Then we were like,
took him a second.
we were like, Solomon. He's an allied Russian troop though. He's
Oh,
on both
100%.
sides. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
That's what we decided.
Yeah.
I kept coming out to the shop to check on you guys to wait till you guys were done so I could sit on the couches
Yeah.
by myself.
and
That's
we,
your favorite spot. It's so
No, it is
fucking cold, dude.
It is.
But-
It's so nice.
it would be.
I fell asleep.
I think it would be so. It is completely a joke, but I think it would
Yeah.
be really fun to set the couches up as like two separate trenches and just have a Nerf war because
Oh,
there's all those
100%.
guns.
That's where it came to.
Russia
we want to have
versus
a Nerf.
America.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. No,
Nerf war.
we did that for probably like 2 hours on New Year's Day.
The only issue is Russia would be severely outnumbered with our current group separation.
We do it like, remember in elementary school where you'd have like the teams, it was at recess and they'd pick, you know, like, I want
like
you, I want you, I want you.
dodgeball.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then, you know, the,
Yeah, but then there's the person that gets picked last and they feel so shitty about themselves.
yeah.
You're talking
I just
about the
wanna
draft
cry.
right now.
Who,
That's the
who would
draft.
get picked last?
me.
No, I don't think so.
I know exactly who it is, but I'm not going to say their name out loud.
Fair
Just-
enough.
Can we do an? I want to know. Can you do initials or explanation or something? Or
Woman.
you're so right.
Besides her.
Besides her.
Like out of the boys, who would be the last
fuck?
person?
We're not
picked?
talking about.
Oh,
bullet
it would be
sponges, okay?
it would be AS.
Would it?
I don't know.
I think
so.
so.
You don't think so?
No.
No, because so okay. It depends on who
I
the
think it
captains
would probably
were.
be Sherlock
So
Holmes.
I feel like the captains would have to be the
Mr.
people
Business.
Yeah.
the captains
No.
would have to be the people who live there.
Yeah.
So we're saying Briar's one of the captains, and we'll go the one who's
Baldy.
not okay. Baldy's the
We'll
other
go Baldy.
captain.
He's
monk.
literally
The monk.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
name in
Yeah.
Yeah. But Briar and Baldy would be the captains. So who would be the last pick?
Well, then
Well, there's so many
no,
Alexes.
AS would get picked first.
Yeah,
He's so
yeah.
like gun obsessed. I think he would. Him and yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I could honestly be picked last.
Maybe.
No, I don't.
Oh, I know who would be picked last.
Who would it be?
I forgot what you called him, but KC.
Oh, Peter.
Peter would
I
get
don't
picked
think
last.
so.
I
You
don't think so.
I don't
I
think
think
Peter
so.
would be the
If-
last.
If Baldy
I
was
think
if
he would
Baldy
just
was
kind of
one
be
of the
sitting on
captains,
the couch and we would forget to draft him.
I mean, yeah, but if Baldy was one of the captains, Baldy's really close with Peter.
No, that's fair. I just think we would. I think he would kind of.
What team do you think you get drafted to?
Peter?
No, us.
Oh, us?
Oh yeah.
Well, I think that Baldy would definitely go for us three, but it wouldn't end that way because I don't think we'd be his first picks. So I would say
I'd be his number one
I
overall
would
pick.
say
You should
that
see me
I
with
would
a
say
gun.
that you'd be in America, but me and Solomon would be in Russia.
Yeah.
I
think so.
I think that's
What
how
about
it
you,
would go.
Alex? You have not said a word.
I'm gonna tell. I'm lost, man. I'd like to think I'm a God-loving American, but I don't know the criteria.
Alex, explain this.
Yeah, so I'm gaming at the moment.
Oh,
so
nice.
I just got on Xbox.
You have to yell your gamer tag out.
But so
everybody add me on. I don't want you guys to add me.
Chunky Cheese 919.
Xbox 360.
So, yeah, yesterday we were playing Jackbox. The Jackbox 7. There's the presentation game, Talking Points, and we were in the middle of a game when Group B came back from the mall.
Jesus.
And-
Okay, now we're segregating them. This has gone into racism.
I approve of this
Hey,
segregation.
the West-
Allegedly.
Oh my gosh!
So
I approve of this group division. Group division.
one of the members of Group B, just like they showed back up, and someone was in the middle of their presentation, and I think their presentation was about why crack is the spice of life.
Yes.
That was
And-
mine.
It was
And-
crack on my tool, not on my watch.
Yeah,
Crack
and-
on my
It
tool.
was the one before though. It was the one before. It was Baldy doing his presentation, and I was assisting him, and I kept picking pictures of like horror women,
Yes.
like
Oh my
terrifying
gosh,
woman,
that was-
and he was like, "This is blank so and so on crack. Run,
Run.
fuck so and so."
Yeah, no, he went to town. He knew the
This so and so
assignment.
just
Oh
showed
my
up
gosh.
out of
It was
no
so
context.
funny.
This
It was
person just
so funny.
showed up in the middle of the presentation, and this person's like, "What the fuck? Like I just got here." It was really funny. It was
I
really
am
funny.
still really upset that I didn't win after I went crack on my tool and everybody went not on my
Not
watch
on
and I
my
got like
watch.
4th place. I had the fucking room. I had you all.
Dude,
I
It
had
was
you
the
all
award,
fucking.
the award ceremony, man. That's where the real
Yeah.
points come in.
You're just smiling because you won.
Yeah,
Charlie's
I-
just smiling because he got to pull his pants down in the middle of the
I
presentation.
did. I did. I was. My Jackbox name was Xavier, so I was being the hardest white boy on
W?
on the block.
W in the chat.
And one of my pictures was a ruler that was pulled out 17 inches, and I was like, "Yeah, that's my dick size." And everyone was like, "Prove it!" And I pulled my pants down, and that's why I won.
I don't think anybody actually said prove it.
No, I did.
Yeah, no.
I think
no.
you just heard that.
Well,
No,
that's what won me the presentation.
I yelled proof.
Yeah, no,
That-
pulling your
I
pants
remember
down.
that
I was like
vividly.
immediately like, I'm gonna leave for a minute.
Dude, the similar game that's like that where you get a topic and you have to like present a product for it.
That's a good one.
There is an unfortunate picture floating around of me presenting one that said, "I think little kids should be more accessible," and I don't. But a certain somebody posted that on his public account.
Oh my gosh.
A certain Mexican named Daniel.
To be fair, I outed myself because I thought it was a really cool photo of me pointing at the screen when we're at my party.
Yes, I took that picture.
You
I'm
took that
looking for
photo?
it right now. Yeah,
What was that? My job needs more minors.
Oh my.
it was.
Jackbox gets so out of hand.
It does.
It's crazy.
Do
It's
you guys
so
name
good.
Yeah,
drop,
my job
Craw?
needs more minors.
Yeah.
He's gonna be
Just-
on the pod, I think, next week.
Okay,
Oh,
so I can
Crawdaddy.
I believe so.
So I can name drop him.
I don't know if he wants to go under
This
an
is the
alias
good
or not. So
Okay,
we'll,
I'll
just,
call
we'll
him
go
Craw.
Crawdaddy.
Whenever Craw plays that, it is foul.
It is.
He did something similar to what I got forced into, but he did it willingly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know his sayings. I think it was on your birthday, Trevor. You weren't all there.
Trying to remember really hard.
He did a little something about lunch. Do you know that quote that he says?
Oh, I do.
Do you guys not know this?
What? Sorry to interrupt you, but was it your birthday where Daniel and his friend got extremely wasted, and someone set up a video on my? They set my phone up to be recording the living room, and it was like a 20-minute video of them just going crazy
Yes.
to modern rap, just jumping around and singing all the lyrics and
Yes.
everything. That was your birthday?
I believe so. That was either that or that party I had.
And then you completely changed the vibe by started and playing your death metal on the
I
speaker?
did not. I did
Oh,
not.
it
I
was
wanted
just, it
to
was
though.
A
I should
hypothetical.
have. Yeah, it was a hypothetical situation.
Anyways,
Yeah, no, he has a special little quote that he says that always gets me when he goes, "Hey man, anything past 12 is lunch," in reference to children.
Oh my
And
god.
you guys are about to have this guy on your podcast, so what does that say about you?
Listen, it is all jokes. I think you forgot to say that first, Alex. Is
it's all hypothetical.
It's
Listen,
jokes.
It's all
Allegedly.
hypothetical. I don't know if
Allegedly.
it's all jokes.
But to be fair, I mean, it is all jokes.
You can't say that.
To be fair, this guy did make his Call of Duty name. He made his
Oh my
name
gosh.
Lover, And then he made his clan tag. I don't know if anyone who hasn't played Call of Duty.
No, he made
clan-
his name Child.
No.
Was it
This
no?
there's a bunch of
Oh, that,
variations.
okay. I didn't. I thought you were
The
okay.
very first variation. So if anyone who doesn't know, you can do your profile name and then a clan tag, and the clan tag will be read in front of your profile name. He made his profile name Lover and his clan tag Child. So I'm not gonna say it out loud, but you
I'll
connect
say
the
it.
dots.
You pretty much did.
Yeah, I mean,
Someone can go in and edit your
So-
voice for it to be flipped.
Yeah, I
It'll
mean,
be me.
true, but
It will be.
anyways, that name he got banned because of that name, and
Oh.
you can only get like banned 3 times before or like banned for your name like 3 times before like they ban your account completely.
Yeah.
So he made his next name. It was like I think he just swapped it. I think he made his name Child, and then his clan tag
Yeah.
was Lover. But then after that got banned, he made the online currency for that game is COD points or
Dude.
CP, and he made his name I Love CP, and to make it as clear as possible, he made the clan tag COD points or just points or COD or something.
Yeah.
Because he was like, it's I love COD points, guys, and I mean that one got banned too, obviously. But yeah, so that's him in a nutshell.
Yeah.
You know, he was complaining to me a little while ago about like the rumors of him being a pedophile.
He did it to himself.
You know, I didn't see him for like probably 3 or 4 years, and the only thing that I could remember going back in and like kind of re-meeting him was this the pedophile? Am I thinking of someone else?
Everybody thought he was a pedophile. And it's I don't know. That's great.
It's just an ongoing joke.
It's really funny.
It's a pretty
It's so
horrible
funny.
joke.
It's a horrible joke, but it's a really funny.
He's
It's so
really
funny.
committed to the
Really
bit though.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. New
No,
topic.
no.
New topic.
Okay, I just defamed your next guest.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, maybe we should wait a few weeks to get him on so people can't connect the dots.
We'll have a different guest on and not
Yeah.
tell
That
him
just
anything.
makes him look guilty.
So
So,
The Lions won.
the Lions won. Bill Belichick is out. Nick Saban got retired, and Pete Carroll got fired.
Not fired. He's okay.
He
They
got-
called it fired, but it
they-
was like a retirement party. They had
Pretty
everybody
much.
in town.
The
Yeah, I'm in line to be the next head coach.
Are you in line to be next coach?
Yeah,
That's
we
crazy.
talked about this. I called them.
Oh yeah, I remember because I
For-
gave you the fucking
for
number.
Alabama?
For Seattle.
No,
Oh,
for
I was
Seattle.
about to
No, no, because
say,
the-
Alabama,
you-
too late for Alabama.
Yeah, the UW coach, keep forgetting his name, is now the head coach of Alabama.
Yeah,
Crazy play.
He's
That
the
might
next Nick Saban.
it might be really good for them.
It will be.
I
He's a really good head
he's a
coach.
really good
He
head
is,
coach.
Yeah, he is.
But Bill Belichick leaving, as a Patriots fan, boo. Alex actually
Sorry, I'm awake.
no Patriots.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm.
Does that wake you up?
Yeah, no, I'm good now.
Cool.
I guess I'm technically a Patriots fan.
And that
Ew.
that heals me.
Scum.
His
Scum.
mom gave me a Gronkowski jersey.
Yeah, my family. Who's
You also got from your boss. You got a Miami Dolphins jersey.
I was about to get to that. Don't worry.
That says.
Hey, it's
Okay,
my jersey.
Sorry.
It's my fucking jersey.
Who is that?
He's probably
That's
asking the
Sean.
game.
should I? I'll hang up. I'll be courteous.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So me and my boss,
Just tell
It's-
him your podcast.
it was last year. Now this year, he gets me a jersey. I'm very okay. All right.
Look at Fatty over there.
Fatty
Yeah.
over there. He's yapping a little too much. No, because he knows I'm a Patriots fan. He gives me shit. He's a Saints fan, so I give him shit. We all give each other shit. He last year gave me a Bills Tom Brady jersey.
Yes.
Yep. TB12.
TB12 with the Bills, and I thought it was pretty funny. We joked about it. And this year, I also decided to get him something. I'm not gonna say what it is because it's more to him. But he got me a Dolphins jersey that has 18 on it, and the name on the back says Miracle.
Miami Miracle 2018.
I have never seen that man.
Gronkowski doesn't have the angle.
Doesn't have the ankle.
Oh my gosh. The way he just falls on his face.
Dude, it hurts. That's
Kenyon Drake just
we went
trots
on to
into
win the
end
Super
zone.
Bowl that year. So
Yet, EA in Madden Ultimate Team still gave Gronkowski a 95 overall at middle linebacker card.
Dude, Oh my gosh, 2017 Madden Ultimate Team, 99 overall, Rob Gronkowski, middle linebacker, golden ticket was the most fucking absurd middle linebacker to user with of all time.
That
It
was
was
a whole lot of words.
unbelievable.
Have you seen this 95 though?
I have.
And he
Yeah.
gets fucking for 10 plays. He gets Crusher
He's fucking ridiculous.
on.
It's crazy.
Stupid. It's so stupid.
Sorry, I'm mewing.
Me and Alex have nothing to this conversation, so
Yeah.
we're keeping
Yeah.
each other
Yeah.
entertained.
Yeah, I don't watch football.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're more of a hockey fan. Let's talk about the Kentucky Bulls.
Oh Jesus. our NHL
Our
franchise.
NHL franchise.
Oh, I thought you were just making stuff.
no,
Yeah.
I mean it's made
I don't-
up.
I don't-
Oh,
for
I know
sure.
it's made. I know it's not a real team.
I don't know
but-
hockey.
It's not a real team.
Okay.
Yeah.
We scammed everybody.
That was crazy. That was a nice little like month thing we did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of hockey.
Oh jeez.
Speaking of hockey,
Oh,
You know, it's so
geez.
stupid. is I did
Canadian.
not fucking mean to do that. And my next
Speaking of
topic
hacky.
was going to be me, like the past couple days. Sometimes when I say about, I'll say a boot instead. No idea where it came from. I was on
Canada.
the phone a couple days ago, and AS was like, "Hey, what time are you going to be over here?" And I was like, "Probably about 30 minutes." And I immediately just hung up because I was like, "What the fuck did I just do?"
That's crazy. Just the immediate.
No, I was like, "Probably about 30 minutes," and I was like, "Fuck!" And I just hung up. I was like, "I can't do this anymore, man. I can't go over there."
You should just go to Canada.
I think I may have actually mentioned this on a prior episode, but my grandpa, he's from like the southeast ish, and whenever he says like Washington or washing machine, he says Washington. He has an R, the washing machine, and it's very funny.
Accents are silly.
It's
The only
pretty-
one I don't like is the Toronto accent.
Hey.
Have you heard the Toronto girl?
I don't think so.
You
What?
have.
Is it TikTok?
The audience has. Oh my god.
Is it TikTok?
Yeah.
Then yeah, I know.
So
no.
I'll pull it up for you guys, but I've never like been made furious by an accent before. Like it is a disgusting voice. Does it make you mad?
It seems forced.
It's oh my god,
It just seems really fake.
it's got to be.
Yeah.
There's no way they talk like that.
And Toronto has a separate accent from the rest of Canada.
It's this one specific girl. It's like
She's just retarded.
well no because they all do it, but it's like a forced
Nice
kind of
speaking
New York.
facts right now.
It's like she's forcing a New York accent, but she's from Toronto.
Oh.
So it's like got the Canadian, like it's got the Canadian rise to it, but she's still talking in slang. You know, it's like that. It's so fucking bad.
What I don't like is if the business is true that you left your moms in the hood.
Oh, that's horrible.
Somebody will
You
swoop
left
that.
your moms in the
You
hood?
don't leave your moms nowhere. You have money and you left your moms there. You're sick to my stomach, fam. But if it's not true,
Fam.
Shorty's just talking shit.
She sounds.
And what
She
I don't-
sounds. The way that she's using the slang makes it sound like, she does. She partakes in UK drill rap.
Dude, that video made me so angry.
Why did you grope my
So,
knee?
one of my
Didn't mean
favorite
My bad.
I felt all
subcultures of the
5
internet
fingers on it.
recently, what I've gotten into,
That was my foot.
is the I don't know if you've ever seen the videos of people spying on homeless people with drones.
Yeah, no, bums and drones. Yeah,
Yeah,
did
bums
you
and drones.
see-
Yep.
Did you see
Daniel
they
Larson.
had Daniel
Yeah,
Larson?
Daniel
on?
Larson
Yes.
was
and
on one.
they got his point of view of the footage back.
It was
and
so
like
funny.
all of the people in the comments were like, "Do people know this guy? Who's Daniel? Like, how do they know this guy?" And it was like two worlds colliding.
I just love going on the bums and drones and looking at the comments because
Oh
there's
my
one person who
gosh.
leaves like a paragraph that's just like, "This is an invasion of privacy. That's their property." Blah blah blah. And,
That is not their property.
and like then just 800 comments of the fucking keyboard warriors just like, "You're a fucking idiot. Shut the fuck up." Blah blah blah. But leading into that, I watched a 12-minute little documentary on YouTube about hostile architecture.
Yeah.
Like in New York and whatnot.
Yeah.
Just just putting handlebars on benches so people can't lay on them, or just like just weird shit so people can't like squat, you know. And it made me so mad because the guy doing the documentary was like, "This isn't okay. This is so uncomfortable for people." Blah blah blah. And then all the comments underneath are like, "It's not helping the homeless problem. It's just driving them out of places." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's the whole point. Get out of public places." Like, I can understand if you have like a job and you're not able to afford a house and whatnot, but 90% of those people are just horrible people who are drug addicts who if this is controversial, I'm sorry.
No. You're cooking.
I just
I don't know if you're burning it yet, but you're cooking.
it makes me so upset.
That specific issue doesn't make me mad, but I think like very biased documentaries piss me off.
Yeah, in general,
I have a great example if you guys want it.
I have one more thing to say, and then So just the reason why this plays so much personally to myself, with my line of work, I have worked in some very sketchy areas where there's a lot of homeless people. Specifically, this one job I was at all week last week in Tacoma, allegedly. It was just this like little side road next to a 7-Eleven. And so the first day that I was there was a crazy amount of homeless people just parked up on the curb on the side of the roads, and we're digging holes to put in signs, and all these signs are no parking signs.
Like dogs waiting for scraps.
There's this one hole that we have to dig that is literally 5 feet away from these two guys in their van, and you can they're smoking something. You can see the smoke, and it wasn't marijuana. I don't know what the smell of meth is, but it was probably meth. And we're just having to dig a hole right next to them just to put no parking anytime, like right next to them. But anyways, we come back like 2 weeks later.
Also, 1/3 of people who are homeless have an alcohol or drug problem, and around 2/3 of those people have lifetime histories with drug or alcohol.
Gamers.
Yeah. So basically,
just some Google facts.
They actually listened to the no parking signs. They weren't there, but there's these two houses, and there's a big field in one of the back of the houses, and it's just filled with all the homeless people there now. And like they had a campfire going because it's freezing cold, and it's right behind the 7-Eleven. And the 7-Eleven, so this is where I start getting upset, because to try to drive the homeless people out, the 7-Eleven blares on their speakers outside opera music, just the most annoying opera music. So I've just been listening to opera music for like 8 hours a day, and it's just it's horrible.
Hit it, Alex. Hit it.
Sorry,
but I'm so glad I have that on recording.
It's frustrating because so the whole day while I'm working, I have to watch where I'm stepping because there's needles everywhere.
Yeah,
just littered on the street.
Oh man,
that's just why it upsets me a lot.
Do you know what those homeless people would do if they were smart?
What's that?
They would dig tunnels under New York City, just like those Jews. And you know what they did? Do you know what they did when the work got too much for them? They hired illegal immigrants that were living in New York City to dig the holes for them.
Oh
dude,
God.
Don't get mad at a tunneler, dude.
No, I'm not mad at all. I think it is like the funniest thing
so
ever.
great.
Waking up and just watching videos of like the most stereotypical Orthodox shut up, the most stereotypical Orthodox Jew just getting pulled out of a tunnel and arrested, and then them having like a riot inside of a synagogue was so funny.
Did you see the guy who tweeted, "I told you I wasn't
Yes,
crazy.
yes.
I told you guys I heard Yiddish under my floors. I told you they were tunneling."
Yeah, he tweeted those back in November, and he just
Yeah.
goes, "Yeah, I swear I can hear Yiddish under my floors. There's Jewish people living under my house."
That's so good.
It was so
It's just a scene from Inglourious Bastards.
no, basically.
Have you
yeah.
not seen that, Trevor?
I have not seen that
So
at all.
Yeah, in New York, there were just a bunch of like Jewish people tunneling under a synagogue.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
was
no,
great.
it was insane.
That is insane.
They wanted to. I don't know the full story, but they did it in protest because they wanted to have more worship time because it took too much time to.
That's what they said. Really, they just wanted a tunnel because tunnels are badass.
Hell
Tunnels
yeah.
tunnels
Hey,
are one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
Oh, you know that? Have you guys seen that girl on TikTok that has like a residential house and she just tunnels?
Yes. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Yeah, she
that's-
like she's not
fucking
just
crazy.
tunneling. She's quarrying and like bringing the
It's
stone out.
insane. It's
'Cause
not good.
no, and she's going deeper and deeper. And she like hired a dump truck to come and collect the stone out of a dumpster, and she has a conveyor belt to pull it out. And what she's going for is like good stone so that she can build a castle like in her yard. And her yard is not big enough for a castle.
No.
And I think she just recently got shut down.
Yeah, she did because it was like
That's unsafe.
It was just filling full of water and it was gonna cave in.
Yeah, no, that it's not
Like,
safe.
No,
And she was just like a regular like Midwestern lady or something.
I don't know if she was regular, but
She wasn't that
definitely-
regular.
She was not that regular.
Wouldn't say she's
Definitely not
normal.
regular.
She was very irregular.
But like I
Like-
wouldn't have pointed her out in public and said, "Yeah, this bitch tunnels."
I would.
You would have?
Yeah, I'd
Well,
see
you're
all the
judgmental,
dirt
so
on her. Nah, this bitch knows how to dig a good hole.
Somebody go to the synagogue.
Yeah. Oh man, no, nothing's getting cheaper than those illegal women. Nothing's getting any cheaper than hiring someone who's not supposed to be there to do the work that you need done.
Amen.
I don't think you guys
Hey,
should.
better
I
high five.
You guys. Okay, you doubled down.
Or doubled down.
Triple down.
Yeah, so
Damn.
Charlie is not yet back from the bathroom.
He is
I've been
not
nuts.
yet
fine.
back from the back.
Uh,
And I really need to pee.
have you guys seen the documentary for the Enumclaw horse guy?
I have not seen
That's
that.
what I was gonna bring up.
Oh no. Yes.
So that's the documentary for that is called Zoo, and that's a biased documentary.
Is
Not
it? Wait,
not in the
I'm-
way you think. Not in the way I watched it sober by myself, and that was a fucking mistake. Okay. Because what they do is they gave all these people that were having sex with animals. What are you doing? All these people that were having sex with animals on the farm in Enumclaw, they gave them a platform to explain and defend themselves. And and they have people to act out the situations.
No way, that's a fucking cover image.
Dude, I'm gonna get
Yeah.
to that. I'm gonna get to
Yeah.
that. So yeah, they have all these people that come on the podcast, and they what they said is they were like, yeah, we want an equal platform for everybody to give their own story. So they said they were trying to be non-biased, but if you were non-biased about fucking a horse, you're biased. Because they had one lady who was she owned a horse sanctuary, and she was like, yeah, I really don't think it's right that these people are having sex with these animals. And then it would cut to this person, and he was like, yeah, no, I'm kind of oppressed.
Sorry.
I just want to be left alone to have sex with
I
animals.
believe you muted me. Thank you.
Okay, sorry. All right. I was trying to figure out which channel Char was on to mute him so he can go to the bathroom. My bad. I muted you for part of your story too.
It's fine.
But I think we're good.
so yeah.
What did I miss? Catch
Talking
me
about
up.
the Enumclaw horse documentary.
Okay.
So they got all these people, and they're coming on, and they're like, yeah, I don't think it's right that people are mad that I'm having sex with this animal. I mean, it's not and somebody said, the animals can't consent, and then somebody else is like, I don't know how they couldn't consent, because the horses are the ones fucking. But it was bad, because they were just defending it the entire time, and
So-
giving them most of the screen time to defend it.
Are we talking about Mr. Hands?
Yeah. So there's a documentary called Zoo
Mm-hmm.
that's talking about it, and it's fucking atrocious. And it gets really bad at the end when they decide to do an artistic scene, and they pulled a guy who was playing Mr. Hands, the guy who was acting out his scenes. They made him strip down completely naked and start petting real close to a horse. And Trevor pulled up the picture of it, but he didn't show you all of it because he's completely naked and just rubbing up against this horse.
So I've got a pretty crazy story to go off of that, even though I missed most of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try to be as discreet as possible of this person's identity. This is an old coworker, someone I used to work with. I'm not going to say which job it was because I have said both of my workplaces, but old coworker, and he's an older guy, probably in his mid 50s to 60s, and I don't know why, but we got on that topic and we were talking about it, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I was friends with him, I knew him, we were close." And I was like, "Oh, that's crazy," blah, blah. And he was telling me about the guy, and he's like, "Yeah, I was there, the time, the night, the last time that when he died."
That's
you know?
insane.
No
He was like, "I was there, I watched it live." He was one of the people in the background.
That's nuts. Because the videos are still online.
Yeah. He was there. Someone I worked with was there.
Because I know that's crazy. Because I know an absurd amount about that, but that's
Fatty's
that's
back.
So-
insane.
I may
You're
have told this story on the podcast before. I'm
Fuck
not
you, Solomon.
quite sure, but this same guy, it was this same conversation. We just had downtime, and he's like, "Yeah, there's this one night where I was drinking at the bar, and I got home and I was so wasted and I was so horny, so I went.
What
I
are
went
we
out,
talking about?
Same story.
I went out.
Really? Oh no.
I went out to my backyard and I couldn't help myself. I looked at the goats and I couldn't help myself and I fucked the goat. And I'm like bewildered. Like he saw it on my face and he's like it was amazing. And I was like, dude. And he's like, I went to bed that night and I woke up the next morning and my dick was burning. It was on fire. Like I thought I was gonna die. Like whatever.
That's
and he's
how
like,
syphilis
he said,
came to be.
he's like, I'm not a religious man, but I bowed my head. I put my hands together and I prayed to God. I said, please, if if you just make me feel normal again, if you fix my dick, I'll never fuck a goat again, please, I promise.
God, please fix my dick. Anybody would do it in my situation.
Amen.
To be fair, I was horny.
He said it hurt the rest of the day, but the next morning he woke up, he felt completely fine. It was completely normal. He went and got tested, nothing. It was completely good. I was just like that. Like that's just a crazy fucking story.
No,
Like, and you're just telling me that.
Did he
You're
fuck-
just being
did he-
that open.
Did he
about
do
it
it again?
No. And he said it. He's like, I haven't fucked an animal since that day.
Yeah, I would hope not. I really would hope not.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a crazy sentence.
No.
Do you know how they would get the horses to fuck them?
I don't know if I want to know.
No, it wasn't a machine. It was they had these pheromones that people like horse breeders use to like
Yeah.
make them horny. They just put it on themselves, and the horse would just fuck them. Like that's insane. These horny gay rednecks would like get together in this small little farm town, take a bunch of drugs, drink a lot of alcohol, and lather themselves in horse pheromones, and just take back shots from horses.
Oh my god.
And then fuck the smaller animals. That's insane.
Have you ever
That's-
seen the I think it's in Jackass 3 when they drink the horse cum?
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah.
They do that for free.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Well,
did
I mean, they made a lot of money off that movie, to be fair.
They did not do that for free.
No,
Yeah.
I'm talking about the guys who got fucked by the horses.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little different. Drinking horse cum, getting railed by a horse.
Yeah,
It's a
I
little
have
different.
I have an Enumclaw sticker on one of my water bottles, and whenever people ask if I'm from there, because it's usually people will ask me at work and they kind of giggle. Are you from there? I go, oh no, I'm from Buckley, so I don't have to have that conversation.
I remember like just being in high school and going to. I was a sports kid. I played some sports myself. And like I played baseball. I think I've talked about it a little bit on the podcast. But like just being up to bat and like you're going against Tahoma and you're at Tahoma and the you'd be like two strikes in your count or whatever, and he'd be like horse fucker like right before the pitcher would pitch the ball, and it just it grinded my gears.
You go damn straight.
Yeah.
Watch this.
No, there's been a few times.
Calls my shot.
There's been a few times
there.
people will ask me like, "Oh, you from Enumclaw? You fuck horses?" And I go, "Damn right I do."
Yes.
I mean,
And
like
because
All
like
the time, so.
I want to see the. You ever fucked a raccoon before? Like hit them with one of those, and they're like, "What the fuck is wrong
Like-
with you?"
I've matured enough now that I don't give a fuck. But like when I was in
Yeah.
high school and people would like it just you were associated with that, it just made me so mad.
I
It
think
grinded my
that's
gears.
so
so
funny.
funny. My,
I think it's crazy that
Yeah.
Schlatt knows about it.
that's yeah. Well, I mean,
Well, everyone
Joe
knows
Rogan
about
talked about it on his podcast.
I know, but I
knows
love
about
that
it.
that guy knows
It's
about
like
it.
the most random people in the world all know Enumclaw for that one reason. It
Yeah.
is so funny.
I brought it up to my dad one time, who I like never talked to about this kind of stuff, and he says, "Yeah, I mean, you got to think it's kind of funny. Like, imagine what these guys are thinking. Like, they do all this stuff in their secluded house, you know, having sex with animals,
They
and
would
then
just sneak on
and then-
people's farms. and get fucked by
Sometimes, but they
horses.
had one spot where they would do it, and he said, "Just imagine what these guys are thinking, having to go into public and with this guy. They're so embarrassed to be with him that they don't even drop him off at the hospital. They just kick him out at the front door and then drive off." And my dad thought that was hilarious.
He might die.
No, he
Did die.
no, yeah, no, that's great.
He got fucked by a horse. Fucking boy.
They imagine what like the doctors came out and saw. Like what's this guy's?
A man who's like his ass is up here. He's like on the ground like that.
Yeah,
We-
just
we-
imagine that
bleeding.
one
We gotta
picture of
figure out-
Squidward.
we got to figure out what's wrong with them, and then they start to investigate and
Pull his pants down and they can just see. He has his mouth open. You can just see the ground.
yeah, he's stretched like a puffet, dude. Like
Good grief. That's
So hole straight down. You can fucking spit down and hit the ground.
you can see it echoes in there.
Hello.
My one of my dad's buddies, he actually lives across the street from, I don't know if it was the time where he did like the last time.
2005.
He lives across the street from the
Allegedly.
house of one of the videos.
No, it's real. Really?
Yeah,
W. I mean not W.
not W.
I
L.
wish.
I mean the it's got to be like really good pricing for the house, just because
It's,
Great
it's,
quality.
it's historical
it's
Oh
historic.
yeah,
It's a monument.
of something.
Oh yeah.
It's
There
not.
were many
No, they-
statues erected there.
Many
That's what I
holes
did
had to be
there?
placed for
That's a
that.
dick joke.
Speaking of monuments, new topic, but monuments. Would you guys like to stay a night at the Conjuring House with me? I think that'd be so fun.
Where is it
I would
at?
do it.
I
I
forget.
got
where it
really
is.
excited for a second.
And it's
I thought you were gonna talk about Mount
You-
Rushmore.
it's on,
I thought we were gonna
it's
talk
somewhere
about
on
the
the other side of the
mythos.
country.
You definitely got to talk to Sean about that because
It's-
he went and stayed at the Sally House a few years ago, and he's a big ghost hunter.
Yeah, when we went to Devil's Tower with Sean on Halloween that one day, he brought all his ghost hunting equipment. We
I
actually
don't
got
like that we're
some,
just saying his name now.
we actually got some
Readings.
and whatnot.
That was really there's a photo of me with a VHS camera and him like looking at something.
It's it sucks that they're all split into 1-minute segments, but it's a really cool little movie, like
Yeah.
10 minutes of just going through this place.
I'd want to go with
it's-
him if we were to go, because he'd be down for sure.
Yeah,
It's
We
in
could do a
Rhode-
Pispit
It's in
special.
Rhode Island.
Rhode Island.
Rhode Island.
Rhode Island is where the Conjuring House
We
is.
could do like a
There's
Pispit special where
nothing
we all
else to
go
do
and we.
there, though.
Yeah, that's
Pispit
very
road
true.
trip.
You're not a part of Pispit.
Well,
I don't
I
want.
mean, if you flew over to the East Coast, there'd be other shit to do, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Dude,
I don't
if
wanna
we get
shit
big
on
enough, we
Rhode
can make a
Island.
YouTube video about it. We could be Pispit goes to the Conjuring House.
We could do the
Kinda crazy.
Shining Hotel.
Shining Hotel. That's
It's
actually,
not as cool though.
Did you watch the video on it?
the Tyler Oliveira video
Yes.
where he fucking runs into Brent Rivera, the
Yes.
sister fucker, that has like 23 million subscribers on YouTube?
I reckon we
Brett
should
Rivera.
go to.
he's a sister fucker.
Yeah, well, he didn't actually fuck his sister, but there's there's this whole
Allegedly.
there's this whole like thing with him where like he's a children's YouTuber, but you know they
I know.
they
Brett
get
Rivera?
they get
I didn't think he was a children's
I thought
YouTuber.
he was a wrestler.
No, I thought he did.
he
like,
used to be a Vine star.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
okay.
he didn't do like children's.
He does
stuff.
children's content now.
Does
I don't,
he?
Yeah, but
So sorry, dude.
you know the whole stipulation how like children's content creators will like sneak inappropriate things into their videos
Yeah.
to get views, like, or they'll just put like an attractive girl in the thumbnail for like horny little 12-year-old boys to click on or whatever.
Yeah.
So
Or horny 20-year-old man.
Brent Rivera has a fairly attractive sister, and if you just scroll through his thumbnails,
Lexi?
at least from like 2 years ago, they're just like sexualizing his sister, his thumbnails, and that's just so gross. Even if he didn't edit them himself, you know, like he's
Yeah.
approving of that to sexualize his sister.
Okay, but like, how much for you to sexualize your sister?
There's this thumbnail.
Because how much is he getting?
So the
His profit.
there's this one thumbnail. So there's this whole controversy because a YouTuber that I actually enjoy watching, he does documentary type stuff, Tyler Oliveira. He did this one video where he went to a bunch of haunted places across America. One of them was the Shining Hotel, and while he was there, he comes out of his hotel room and he looks to the right, and there's the two twin sisters standing there.
They're
And
twins?
you know, from the actual
yeah,
like the
yeah,
Shining,
yeah,
like
yeah.
dressed up like the Shining. But it was because Brent Rivera was staying there at the same time, and I mean they were obviously paid actors. And he goes up to Brent Rivera and he's like, "Do you fake your videos?" And he just starts being an absolute dick to Tyler. He's like, "Oh, you only have 2 million subscribers and I have 23." You know, like, but he starts just in his video, Tyler Oliveira. He just starts giving Brent Rivera so much shit. And he pops up this one thumbnail of one of the videos. They're in like a Target or a Walmart like aisle in this thumbnail, and Brent is holding his sister like by her, like, you know, like if you were to like pick up a woman like by her thighs.
Yeah.
He's holding her like that and like stretching out, and it's like an upwards angle of her behind of the thumb. That's the thumbnail of the video.
So I'm gonna
and
pull
he
that up.
approves.
So I'm gonna like
of
to see
that.
this.
Man, why do I have to be the porn guy?
Dude, you brought that on yourself.
I,
I found it.
Oh, look at that.
shit!
Live
Holy
audience got it.
shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Pass that
Wow.
around.
Yeah.
Wow.
He willingly posted.
Oh, the
made
pile
that-
driver.
He willingly posted
Don't
that.
name
of his,
drop
of,
the position.
Wow.
he willingly posted that of his sister.
I think you were up there with like the horny
you.
like top 3 horniest people I've ever met. And like in
Whoa,
But it's
in
not-
like, but
no,
in like
I'm
a
not
porn
horny.
way.
I
Not
just
in
have
a
a
bad way.
very good memory.
You-
No, it's
sorry.
It's not that he's horny. He's just so
Knowledged.
No,
I'm so
he's so
knowledgeable.
obliged to
To
pornography.
because
What? What are you talking
Like,
about?
it's so normalized to you.
Okay.
It's literally only around Alex too. It's so funny. He's like,
there
he's
was-
like, yeah, I saw this video. This chick had blue hair and she was there's this
I gave
delivery
him two
driver.
details
there
and he
was
found her
There
immediately.
was
I
a
didn't even know her
dog,
name.
and people kept giving her shit because they like threw the dog, and the guy's like, "Oh, it'll be fine."
Pulled
There
up
was,
the
like,
video.
this
Yeah, and I
2
was
or
like, "Oh, I know what
3
you're talking about," and I found it and pulled it up for him.
There was like this 2 or 3 week stint where we just kept going to the mall. This group specifically, and
yeah.
these 2 or these 3 or whatever would be in the back of my car watching porn on the way home from
I
the mall.
complained every time it happened. But
No,
I
you
watched.
were there and you could have stopped it, but you let us watch
What
it.
am I supposed to say? Guys, stop watching porn in the back of
Hold
Charlie's
on.
car.
Yeah.
You
I
wouldn't
think-
listen.
No, but you could have
I think
tried.
I did say that.
I have a rebuttal. When we went to Tacoma that one time, and a certain person who doesn't live in Washington,
Yep.
but rather lives in Arizona, was like,
I've got a story for that now.
he was like, "Oh my gosh, yes, that was so fun."
He
No, he was
Dude,
like,
he pulled
like,
the
He said, "This is my favorite
yeah, he
video."
goes,
I
"This
keep
is my
going back to
favorite,"
it."
and I'm gonna act there, and I'm gonna sit there and act like I've never seen it before. Like, of course I'm gonna be like, "Oh yeah," like,
But okay,
So-
no,
I understand what you're talking
hold
about.
on.
Okay.
He's missing a crucial part of the story where we went into the comments and there was time-stamped queefs.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
we
God.
we
I'm driving while they're doing
this is on the car speaker.
driving
And then-
through Auburn.
Yeah.
And then we go to one of the timestamps, and it's like sitting there waiting for the bomb to drop in Oppenheimer. It is dead silent besides the clapping and moaning of the people in the video.
We're waiting.
And then,
We're waiting.
and then when it pops, we cheer. It was
it went. We're like,
it was
It
emotional.
was seriously like,
It was almost
was so
nothing, but we
quiet.
cheered.
So going back to that day, so we went to an escape room.
oh my god, yes.
And then after the escape room, we wanted to go to this. We wanted to go to this arcade. It was us 4 plus the other guy. We wanted to go to this arcade, and it's in like the city, like middle of Tacoma. So there's no parking anywhere. We're looking for parking forever, and I ended up finding parking, but it was like a 10-minute walk to the arcade. So the 5 of us get out of my car. We start walking to the arcade. We're just walking down the sidewalk, and there's this like small little apartment complex we walk past. And there's these shrubs in front of the apartment complex. And there's a full unopened bag of Flamin' Hot Cheetos on one of the shrubs.
In the middle of Tacoma.
In the middle of Tacoma. And the guy that we were with, he sees it and he's like, "Oh, I love Hot Cheetos." And he grabs the bag to take it, and a homeless man stands
Emerges,
up, emerges
like,
from
emerges
behind
from
the
the
bush.
darkness.
from the darkness. He was underneath the stairs,
underneath
and
the
he like
stairs.
sat up like he was
He
the fucking
sat up.
Undertaker.
And the guy that took them, he was just like, "Oh, sorry," and just throws them on the ground and runs away. as fast as he
Dead
can.
fucking sprint.
No. He gallivants away.
He was
He
like,
galloped.
he was like a
he was
reindeer.
moving like a twink.
His knees were up in the air so high. It was incredible.
It was like he was skipping like flamboyantly, but like at a really fast pace.
Dude, it was
Yeah.
the funniest shit
It was-
I've ever seen.
He was terrified to go back that way. He was like, "We gotta cross on the other side of the street, guys. Guys, he cannot see me."
I mean, we kept giving him shit, like, I think it's right up here. Oh.
Yeah, and then we were walking back. If I remember, we were walking back, and I was like, "Is that homeless dude still over there?" And we're like, like walking, just kind of inching around, like trying to see if the guy's still there. No idea if he was still there.
Yeah.
but
You also didn't mention the bag was greasy.
Yeah.
yeah,
The bag
and he
was,
like just took
was-
it and just chucked it at him.
Threw it on the ground right in front
Dude,
of
I'm just saying, if my Cheetos get stolen by a fucking twink and then the fucking Cheetos get thrown back at me, I'm moving the spot. I'm fucking leaving. That spot's not mine.
But what do you do like if after that he's with 4 other people and then he alone just skips away? He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry," throws it on the ground and then skips away.
I'm pretty sure that guy was just gonna go like, "Oh, hey man, those are my Cheetos."
he seemed so friendly.
It was probably gonna be a
yeah.
very innocent interaction. We're like, "Oh, our bad, dude. Sorry, like we just saw Cheetos."
He didn't strike me. He didn't strike me as homeless. He struck me as on bad times, and Levi ruined his day.
Threw his bag of Cheetos on the ground.
You just stealing from the less fortunate.
Still from the less fortunate. The rich get richer, as it says.
Capitalism.
Capitalism.
Yeah, but without capitalism, we would never have moments like that.
God, I thank capitalism every day for that guy.
Oh, speaking, we've been on the topic of homeless people for a while. I had to go up to Seattle on Friday,
Move your mic.
and
you wanna
because
like
it was like what 12 degrees, 15 degrees on Friday, something
Yeah,
like that,
yeah.
like middle of the day at noon. I was driving through, and I really don't enjoy driving through Seattle. Like, there's just a lot of not great shit there, and there's a lot of like homeless people like pooping on the sidewalks and
Let him
doing
be.
heroin and
Pooping.
and you just like all you have to really do is just not make eye contact with him or not say like crack cocaine or whatever. But like
Crack
I'm just,
on my tool.
not on my watch. I'm just like
You had to be
driving
there for
through.
it.
I'm like driving through, and I'm like, oh, this is really nice. And it's like 12 o'clock on a Friday. There's nobody in Seattle, which is a rarity because it's 10 degrees. And I'm like looking at the sidewalks, and I'm like, I don't see anybody like sleeping or like cracking out. Like, what the fuck is going on?
On their tool.
It's because it was 10 degrees. It was so nice. There was nobody out. And I like just kind of drove through like down over by the stadiums, and then I went back to work because I was supposed to be at work.
Right.
But it was incredibly
Yeah,
nice.
They all went home.
If you ever, yeah, no, they did. They were digging tunnels. But yeah, if it's ever really cold
Damn
and
tunnel
you guys,
diggers.
if it's ever really
Digger. I said Digger.
like Gravedigger, the
Like Gravedigger,
like
the
Manster
monster
Jam.
truck. Monster
Did you ever hear the story of the Monster Jam that got canceled because a piece of scrap metal flew off one of the cars when the truck crushed it, and it hit a child in the head, like
hit
an
a
8-year-old
kid.
child, and it mangled him.
Yeah.
It
Well, yeah.
decapitated him.
Monster trucking is a serious sport, brother.
Oh yeah, I know someone who went to college for it.
Oh yeah.
Trevor, was that me and you who were doing the Instagram deep dive on the monster trucking guy?
Yes, that would be you and me.
It was mostly you.
Roblox, monster trucks.
I think we're talking about the same
I
person.
believe we are.
He went to Ohio for school, and then he
Did
was
he?
Like, yeah, and
Wouldn't
then he was
know.
like, yeah, because it was like
I have no idea.
It was
who
like a
this
car
is.
monster truck racing school. And like
Really? There's a whole monster truck racing school.
it's something. It's like monster truck / racing / cars in general.
You went to our high school?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did.
Pull up the receipts, Alex.
Oh, I'm pulling. I'm gonna type out his name first, but
Okay.
he did like Roblox esports monster
Yeah.
trucking, and he was placing
Huh.
well.
He was doing pretty good. He was in a whole league.
That's crazy.
I remember he added me on Snapchat
Living his
one
best
time,
life.
and then he was like, "Do you want to hang out?" And I'm like, "Oh."
Does he talk?
Oh,
he used,
that
he
guy.
used to
Yeah.
not to. I
He-
don't know if he does anymore.
He said like 2 words in all of high school, I believe. He
Yeah.
said like 2 words.
Because
No, he's
all he was thinking about was monster trucks.
He's a
dude.
he's a
He's got
very
more on his
avid
mind.
He's got more on
poster.
his mind.
He's a very avid poster. I had to block him on everything, but he used to be a
He
very
posts a
avid
lot.
poster on Facebook. And he was like, "I'm so excited! 62 more days until I go to Ohio." And he gets there, and within like 3 days, he's like, "I want to go home. This sucks. This is not what they told me it was going to be. I am not sitting in the monster truck right now. This is unbelievable.
That was me
I am
in clown
appalled."
school.
And I was like, "Oh,
oh no.
What did you think was going to happen?"
They made me stuck.
He was an interesting kid, but he wasn't like weird. He was weird, but he was nice.
He was a nice
I
kid.
definitely
He was-
didn't hate him.
He was no, I didn't
Which is
hate
a
him
good
either.
thing in this school.
Yeah.
I didn't hate him either, but when he started asking me like where I was and how long I was going to be there and if he can come, I started like not talking.
Buddy, I'm not going monster trucking with you.
I'd go monster trucking with
Yeah,
him.
no, because I'd be like nice
I'm-
to talk to him and stuff, and then he'd be like, "I see you're at the movies right now. What movie are you seeing?" And I'm like, "Oh, how did you know I'm at the movies?"
You're
I
like,
don't-
what?
He starts like requesting my location, and I'm
How
like,
was the
"What
film?"
fuck are you doing, dude?"
I don't know why that reminded me of this, but I do remember I told Trevor like a day or two ago that I wanted to tell this story on the pod. So I'm so glad it did remind me. So this was probably 2, maybe 3 years ago. I had just gotten off of work when I was still working at the Rainier. Yeah. Yeah. So and there was a guy that used to work there at this time that I was really close with. We got off of work at the same time, and we go out to the parking
He's
lot.
not dead.
He
We'd
kinda
like him to
is.
be though.
We go out to the parking lot, and we get in his car, and allegedly we took a couple bong rips in his car. And I wasn't smoking really that much, so
He might be.
I was really like way too fucking high, and I was like really bad, like about to be greened out type high. And there's a woman that I was talking to at the time, and she showed up with a couple of her friends. And right when she showed up, my coworker, he left, and I was just talking to her. She was sitting in her driver's seat, and I was standing outside of the car, just talking to her through a window. And she had a few friends in the back seat, and we were just talking. And I was so immensely high, and I didn't have any water, and I really needed water. Like my mouth was super dry, and all of a sudden I was like, I need to sit down. Like, can I go sit in your passenger seat or whatever? She's like, yeah, go ahead. And I go to walk around to the other side of the car, and my vision starts going black, and it gets darker and darker and darker. And I didn't want to embarrass myself in front of her, so I tried to stay upright, and I couldn't see, so I don't know exactly what it looked like, but what it felt like was like straight out of a cartoon where you start walking in circles, trying to keep yourself up. Like my body is angled, and I'm like,
You're like this.
walking in circles, trying to keep myself from falling. And then just wham! I hit the pavement. And I immediately come to. I wake up, and I'm like, oh my God. And I get up, and I'm like, can I sit down? And she's like, yeah, and like kind of laughing. And I'm sitting down and just regaining my consciousness again. And like 10 minutes go by, and she's like, well, I got to take them home. And I was like, okay, whatever. So I get out of the car, and I get in my car, and they leave, and I have the heat going. I'm like the keys ignition, the heat going. And I'm like, it's only like a 5-minute drive home, but I want to wait to sober up a little bit before I drive home. So I was sitting there for about 15 minutes, and all of a sudden I start feeling really, really sick. So I open my car door, and I throw up like 2 or 3 times, and I still don't have any water, so now it's just even worse. So I just wipe my mouth, and I close the door again, and I'm sitting there for another 10, 15 minutes, and then again I start to feel super sick. Open the car door, and I throw up like 7 or 8 times, like an immense amount. And I'm just like, I'm crouched, like I'm in my driver's seat, but crouched over like the pavement, and I'm just like sitting there, just like.
Is this with Ryan? Was this with Ryan?
I was by myself.
Ryan?
Oh, yes, it was.
It wasn't okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I'm trying to get
I still had my old car.
Yeah.
Oh,
the Xterra. And I'm just sitting there, and like I have my head down, and I start to hear footsteps coming towards me, loud footsteps, like boots, and I'm like,
with spurs on them.
No, we're not there yet. I'm like, this is where
I didn't even know I was going there. Sorry.
This is where I get arrested, because I was like, this is a cop. I'm way too fucking high. I'm a minor. Like, this is where I get arrested. And as the footsteps start to get closer, I hear like a ringing sound. I'm like, are those spurs? And I see the boots before I see anything, and they're just like your basic cowboy boots with the spurs on the back. And I look up, and I see this cowboy hat, everything.
Oh, yes.
And he's like, howdy, partner. You good? I'm like, clearly I'm not, man. And he's like, just had a little too much to drink. And I'm like, nah, man, I'm greened out. I'm way too stoned. And he's like, oh, well, you should probably take your keys out of your ignition. Even though you're not moving, you can get a DUI just for having them in your ignition. And I'm like, oh, I really appreciate that, man. And he's like, yeah, I got a couple DUIs, and it does not help with your insurance, man. Like, you should do that. And I take him out, and he's just talking to me, and he starts talking about like his relationship, like how no. So his friend comes over. He's got a buddy with him, and his buddy starts ranting about his relationship to me, and like how him and his girlfriend just broke up and whatnot. And I'm just like regaining my breath still. I'm like, yeah, cool, whatever, random guy telling me about his relationship problems. And then the first guy, he looks at me and he's like, you got any water or anything? And I'm like, nah, man, I'm just waiting to sober up so I can go home, and I really need some. And he's like, oh, well, I got some water bottles in my truck. Go and fetch him a water bottle. I forget the guy's name. Cody, go and fetch him a water bottle, whatever it was. He leaves. He comes back with a sealed water bottle. So I was like, okay, perfect, because I was a little stressed. Sealed. Crack it open. Take a few drinks, and I was like, you are a lifesaver. Thank you so much. You're amazing. And he's like, yeah, whatever. And then he's like, you got a Facebook? And I'm like, no, I don't have Facebook. And he's like, Instagram, anything like that? And I'm like, yeah, I got an Instagram. And he's like, oh, let me follow you, blah, blah, blah. And I give him my Instagram. We follow each other. And he's like, you ever ridden a horse before? I'm like, no, I haven't. And he's like, well, you should come to my farm sometime. I'll teach you how to ride horses, blah, blah, blah. It's really fun. I was like, cool. Obviously I'm not going to do it, but cool. Like, thanks for the offer. And he leaves. I close my car door. I wait a little bit longer, and I drive home. I thought that was the end of the story. The next day, I get to work, and I was telling that story to one of the waitresses. And she's like, let me see a picture. And I pull up his Instagram and show her a picture. And she's like, oh my God, he's a regular. He comes in all the time to get food. You know he's gay, right?
Hell yeah.
I was like,
He wants a little piece of that little boy ass.
I was like, no, I did not know. But he invited me to his house to ride horses.
No, to his
not the
farm.
That's not the only thing you're gonna be
Right,
right by the end of the
you're,
night.
you're riding all right, buddy.
Don't know if a horse is gonna be involved or not, but you're gonna be riding.
So yeah, that's that story.
These two pointed at me when you said DUI.
Wait, did we
And-
both point?
and I just want to say, my brother called Saul Goodman. All charges dropped. All
No
charges
fucking
dropped.
way.
Really?
He called. I don't know who he called, and I don't know how he did it.
Oh my goodness.
But his two pending DUIs both just got completely dropped,
That's crazy.
Wow.
and he's back on the
Honestly,
road.
go
He's back on the road.
I love your brother. I don't know why.
He's a crazy
man.
man.
I'm just so unbelievably platonically attached. And,
Dude, his.
The
completely
stories that I heard.
completely
I had so
tell
many
you-
stories
yeah.
I heard
Dude,
of
do you
your
want to hear
brother.
about his last crash? I don't know if I've told you guys.
Ooh,
like the one that like got him to get his license suspended long term for a while.
I do want to hear about this.
So he just got off of a party. He had, like assures me he wasn't drinking. He said he had 2 beers 4 hours prior, and I know he had 2 beers 4 hours prior and probably 13 shots leading up to that. But
Only
he,
2 beers.
But he
beers?
he was driving his Honda
What?
Ridgeline, okay, his ugly looking truck, and his buddy was driving a Charger, and he was like, yeah, let's race, buddy, let's race on the road. So they just take off. They're going fast, and he says, I would have won I would have won, okay, because they both slammed on the brakes, and the other guy's brakes work. My brother's brakes don't, and he just starts going, and then he throws it into the ditch. And he's like, man, this isn't good. And
Yeah.
he says this isn't good.
not.
And the people who live at the house that he like crashed into the ditch of, they come out and they're like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "Yeah, leave." He's like, "Yeah," and he said, "Yeah, I'm good. Now leave us alone." And obviously they called the cops because somebody just crashed like right outside their property, and he was like, "That fucking bitch! Why'd they have to call the cops? Why'd they have to call the cops?" And he was angry because it was the one that like really wants to get him in jail. I would name drop him if I remembered it, the cop, but I don't remember his name.
That's fair.
But yeah, no, he's there, and
He's the one that hates your family, right?
oh, he fucking hates us.
Yeah.
His name Chris.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Oh, God, there's two that really don't like us, but this guy in particular, he's the one who gave me the ticket for not stopping at a 4-way stop.
Nice.
Oh, that's fair.
Was I there
He's
for
like-
that?
Oh, he's
No.
one of them.
Yeah, he's one of them.
Are you related to blah blah blah?
Dude, he saw my name and knew he was giving me a ticket. But anyway, he like
Xterra?
him and his buddies are like trying to they're like trying to pull the ridgeline out of the ditch, and he shows up and he just says, "How many times am I gonna have to do this, buddy?" To my brother, which just immediately sets him off. Okay, because he's a very angry little man.
Yeah.
Like a furious little person, and then he starts getting back in, and then my little brother shows up. And he sees, that's my brother's car in the ditch. So he pulls up, immediately gets out and says, "Hey, Ryan, what are you doing?" And the cop was like, "Hey, stand back, buddy." So Jamie just pulls out his phone and starts recording him. And he doesn't realize at first. And he is like, I've seen the video. He's like borderline abusing my brother, who knows he's being recorded and is being like weirdly calm about it. Because he'd be almost swinging back at this point. But he's like pushing him around, being like super rough with him, and just like completely violating the few rights that he deserved in that situation. Because he didn't deserve a lot of rights in that situation.
But he had a couple.
Yeah, but he refused the breathalyzer, he refused all the tests, did all of that. And then the guy clocked in my little brother, face went a little red, and he said, "Hey, you cannot be recording me. You have to leave the premises." And that is the only way that the charges got dropped. The only reason was because of how
That's
just
crazy.
horribly he handled the situation.
Wow.
But
You got busted for
yeah,
it.
his license did get taken away for like months. He got a motorcycle and a moped. Not a moped. I thought it was a moped at first.
Yeah.
But he got a motorcycle, crashed that like 3 times. And now his girlfriend drives him around.
Good.
There you go.
You need to
The
fucking...
girlfriend that hasn't gone gay yet?
She is one of the few that has not turned to women.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
Bravo.
okay,
Why is that a common problem?
with him, I don't know.
No, just in general. Has
Listen,
that happened to any of you guys?
No.
No, I don't believe so.
The fuck, dude.
That's a you and Ryan thing.
just me and Ryan.
I'll name drop my brother. But yeah, no, he's He's had a few girlfriends, and not all of them have been ugly. Very few of them have been smart. This one is the smartest of them, and she could hold a conversation. That's about as far as she could get.
Really?
Mhm.
Oh.
She was able to give me directions without her phone, which
What?
Wow.
is a massive step up for him.
I'm just
Yeah.
imagining me without a beard and long hair. At this point.
The woman, or
The woman, yeah.
I mean-
Well, we are at a 120.
We are.
Yeah, it's gone by quick. It's flew by this
It has,
this,
yeah.
this
I,
episode.
I
Actually.
said it was a good day for a podcast.
It actually was a great. I'm very happy we recorded it. It was this was a great episode.
Absolutely.
I'm feeling so much better, actually.
Stop staring at me. You don't know me
Um,
like that.
But I think we should call it here. I could keep going
Hey,
for another
hey,
2 hours.
Fix your
but-
guy. Hey, fix your guy, man.
Hey, we're ending the episode. Hey.
Jam.
Hey,
Hey.
hey, Pispit's over. Pispit's over.
No!
Any
Piss, buddy.
last words, ending segments, anything else?
Follow this guy on Chunky. Follow this guy. Add this man on Xbox.